It's 3 a.m. and I'm stumbling through the darkness, drawn by the faintest sound from the nursery. As I lean over the crib, my heart melts. There's my little one, eyes wide open, beaming up at me with the sweetest smile. "Hey there, sunshine," I whisper, reaching down to stroke his cheek. "What are you doing up so late? Did you just want to see mommy?" His smile grows even wider, and I can't help but feel a rush of love. This is what makes all those sleepless nights worth it, right? That precious connection. Knowing your baby is happy just to see you. But wait, what if that smile isn't what it seems? Let's back up to earlier that day. I'm in the kitchen trying to juggle a phone call while warming up a bottle. My sister's on the line, full of questions about the baby. "So, has he smiled at you yet? A real smile, I mean." I pause, bottle halfway to the microwave. "What do you mean, a real smile? He smiles all the time." My sister laughs. "Oh, honey, you've got a lot to learn about baby smiles." Her words stick with me as I go about my day. What did she mean by a real smile? I thought all those adorable grins meant my little one was happy. But now, I'm not so sure. As I change a diaper later that afternoon, I find myself studying my baby's face more closely. He's making all sorts of expressions. Grimaces, yawns, even what looks like a smile. But something feels different. Suddenly it happens. I'm looking right into his eyes, talking nonsense in that sing-song voice we all use with babies when his whole face lights up. His eyes crinkle at the corners, his cheeks bunch up, and the most brilliant smile spreads across his face. My breath catches in my throat. This smile feels different, more intentional, like he's actually responding to me, not just making a random expression. But before I can process what just happened, the moment's gone. He's back to his usual baby noises and wiggles, leaving me wondering if I imagined the whole thing. What's really going on with these baby smiles? Are some of them not real? And if that's true, what does it mean for all those middle-of-the-night grins I've been treasuring? To get to the bottom of this smile mystery, we need to dive into some fascinating baby science. Buckle up, parents. You might be surprised by what you learn. First things first. Babies actually start smiling before they're even born. That's right. Ultrasounds have captured fetus-making smile-like expressions in the womb. But here's the kicker. These early smiles aren't about happiness at all. These first smiles, along with the ones you might see in the first few weeks after birth, are called reflexive smiles. They're basically the baby equivalent of a muscle twitch, random facial movements as their nervous system develops. Think about it like this. When a doctor taps your knee with that little hammer, your leg kicks out automatically. You didn't decide to do it. It's just a reflex. Baby smiles work the same way at first. These reflexive smiles can happen at any time, when the baby's sleeping, eating, or even crying. They're cute, sure, but they don't mean what we think they mean. Now, I know what you're thinking, but my baby smiles at me all the time. Are you saying that doesn't mean anything? Hold on to your nappies, because here's where it gets interesting. Around 6 to 8 weeks old, babies start to develop what we call social smiles. These are the smiles that make your heart melt. The ones that happen in response to your voice, your face, or something the baby finds interesting. Social smiles are a huge developmental milestone. They show that your baby is starting to understand social cues and is learning to communicate. When your little one flashes you a social smile, they're basically saying, "Hey, I recognize you. I like you. Let's interact." But here's the million-dollar question. How can you tell the difference between a reflexive smile and a social smile? Let's go back to that moment in the nursery at 3 a.m. Remember that adorable grin that made all the sleep deprivation seem worth it? Well, I hate to break it to you, but chances are that was a reflexive smile. I know. It's a hard truth to swallow, but think about it. At that hour, your baby is probably still half asleep. They're not really processing your presence or trying to communicate. So when do you know you've seen a real bona fide social smile? Here are some telltale signs. Timing. Social smiles usually happen when the baby is alert and engaged, not when they're sleepy or unfocused. Eye contact. A social smile often comes with direct eye contact. Your baby is looking right at you, not off into space. Duration. Reflexive smiles tend to be quick, while social smiles last a bit longer. Repetition. If you can consistently get your baby to smile by talking or making faces, that's a good sign it's social. Whole face involvement. Social smiles often involve the whole face. The eyes crinkle, the cheeks lift. It's a full production. Now, before you start questioning every smile your baby has ever given you, remember this. Both types of smiles are important and special. In many Caribbean cultures, we have a saying, every smile is a blessing, whether it comes from the heart or the body. Those early reflexive smiles, they're your baby's way of practicing, getting those facial muscles ready for all the real smiles to come. And here's a little secret passed down from generations of Caribbean grandmothers. You can actually help encourage those social smiles to develop. How? By smiling at your baby. A lot. That's right, all those silly faces and exaggerated expressions you've been making. Keep it up. Babies learn by imitation, so the more you smile at them, the quicker they'll learn to smile back. But wait a minute. If babies start with reflexive smiles and then develop social smiles, when exactly does this change happen? And how can you be sure you're not missing your baby's first real smile? The truth is, there's no exact moment when the switch flips from reflexive to social smiling. It's a gradual process, and every baby develops at their own pace. Some might start social smiling as early as 4 weeks, while others might take up to 12 weeks. Here's where it gets tricky. During this transition period, you might see both types of smiles. Your baby could give you a beautiful social smile 1 minute, and then have a random reflexive smile the next. It's enough to make any parent question their sanity. Are you imagining things? Is your baby really smiling at you, or are you just seeing what you want to see? Let's pause for a moment and go back to that afternoon, when I saw what I thought might be my baby's first real smile. Was it actually a social smile, or was I just projecting? The uncertainty is maddening. Every parent wants to witness and cherish these milestones. But what if we're getting it all wrong? Here's the plot twist, parents. It doesn't actually matter as much as you might think. That's right, you heard me. Whether that specific smile was reflexive or social isn't the be-all and end-all. Here's why. Both types of smiles are part of your baby's development. Those reflexive smiles are laying the groundwork for social smiles. Your reaction to your baby's smiles, any smiles, is what's really important. When you smile back, talk, and engage, you're teaching your baby about communication and emotional connection. The joy you feel when your baby smiles is real, regardless of the smile's origin. That happiness and love you're experiencing, it's shaping your bond with your little one. So the next time you're up at 3 a.m. gazing down at your smiling baby, don't waste time wondering if it's a real smile or not. Instead, treasure the moment for what it is, a step in your amazing journey together. Now, I know some of you type A parents out there are still itching for a definitive way to know when your baby has officially transitioned to social smiling. While there's no foolproof test, here's a little trick passed down through generations of Caribbean families. The mango test. Yes, you heard that right. Here's how it works. When your baby is alert and in a good mood, hold up a ripe mango near your face. Wave it gently, letting your baby see and smell it. Then, slowly move the mango away and replace it with your smiling face. If your baby's eyes follow the mango but then light up and smile when they see your face instead, congratulations, you've likely just witnessed a genuine social smile. Why a mango, you ask? Well, in many Caribbean cultures, mangoes are seen as a symbol of sweetness and joy. Plus, their bright color and strong scent make them attention-grabbing for babies. But if you can't get your hands on a mango, any colorful toy or object will do. Now, let's circle back to that 3 a.m. moment in the nursery. Armed with all this new knowledge about baby smiles, how does it change things? Well, the next time I tiptoe into that dark room and see my little one grinning up at me, I'll still feel that rush of love. But now I'll also have a deeper appreciation for what's really going on. Maybe it's a reflexive smile, his little nervous system firing away as he dreams. Or maybe, just maybe, it's the beginnings of a social smile, a sign that even in his sleep he feels safe and loved in my presence. Either way, I'll smile back, because now I know that every smile, whether it's reflexive or social, is a stepping stone. Each one is bringing us closer to those magical moments of real connection that are just around the corner. And who knows? Maybe one night, instead of a reflexive grin, I'll be greeted by a true social smile, complete with crinkled eyes and chubby cheeks. A smile that says, "Hey mom, I see you, I know you, and I love you." Now that's worth losing sleep over. If you enjoyed unraveling the mystery of baby smiles with me, Why not dive deeper into the fascinating world of infant development? Check out our video on why rushing baby milestones can backfire to discover more about how your little one's mind works. And don't forget to subscribe for more parenting insights with a Caribbean twist.